Minsan ba, nagtataka ka, malaki naman ang aking sweldo. Pero bakit kaya laging kapos ako sa pera? Tulad ka rin ba namin noon, na lagi nalang nag-aabang sa araw ng sweldo? Hi! I'm Quennie Balidoy. I'm a unit manager of AIA Philippines, formerly known as AIA Film Life. I have helped more than 150 Filipinos journey towards financial freedom. Last year, I was able to write an ebook entitled Plan Your Finances. And I'm proud to say that I was able to help 4 public schools in Benguet and Bataan to be able to purchase their much needed safety and school supplies. It is my passion to contribute to improving the financial literacy of Filipinos. You might be asking, why is it that you are passionate about improving the financial literacy of Filipinos? This desire sprang up because my husband and I got buried in credit card debts more than 10 years ago. We were wondering then, why is it that we are in debt and we're not meeting our financial goals even if we have above average salaries? I researched and the answers I was able to share in my ebook. Today, allow me to share 6 steps on how to crisis-proof your budget. Ready ka na ba? The first step is to have a wealthy mindset. Natutunan ko, may difference pala ang mga mayayaman at ang mga mahirap kung paano mag-handle ng pera at sa formula na kanilang ginagamit. Ang mga tao na may utang at hindi nakakamit ng kanilang financial goals ay gumagamit ng poor formula. Sa poor formula, earnings minus expense is equal to savings and investments. Kami ng asawa ko noon ay gumagamit nitong poor formula. Kaya madalas noon, wala kaming savings at wala kaming investments at may utang pa. Buti na lang, natutunan namin ang wealth formula. Sa wealth formula naman, earnings minus tithes minus savings minus investments is equal to expense. So nakita nyo ang diferensya ng dalawang formula na yon. Sa poor formula, pagkatanggap ng income, i-minus agad yung expense. So madalas-dalas, walang natitira sa pera. Nung ginamit namin ang wealth formula, nakapag-set aside na kami agad para sa tithes, sa aming savings, at sa aming investments, at kung ano na lang ang natira, yun na lang ang pagkakasyahin namin sa expenses. Bakit kami nagsiset aside ng pera para sa tithes? This is to allow goodness to prosper in this world. And then we also set aside savings for our emergency fund and as well as to fund our short-term goals. And for the investments, that would be a fund for our future goals such as our future travel, our retirement, as well as the education of our kids. We learn to utilize only 70% or less of our income for our expenses. So let me give you an illustration. So for example, if you are now earning 25,000 pesos monthly, let's assume it's a net income, you set aside around 10% for tithes, which is about 2,500, then another 2,500 for savings, and then another 2,500 for investments. So the total money that you have set aside is already 7,500. So when we subtract 7,500 from 25,000, you will only have 17,500 left for your expenses. So titipirin mo na ang iyong expenses at you leave with that 7,500 budget. The second step is to maintain a positive cash flow. This is a basic and important step towards financial freedom. We should always have a positive cash flow to be able to meet our financial goals. There are two ways in which we can maintain a positive cash flow. First is to minimize our expense. Second is to maximize our income. In minimizing expense, you should always be able to prioritize your budget. Unahin ang essential expenses over non-essential expenses. Pag sinabing essential expenses, these are expenses that you need to be able to live or to work well. Kasama dito ang ating pagkain, tubig o kuryente. Pwede mo na rin siguro isama ang internet connection ngayon since majority of us are working from home. Ano naman itong non-essential expenses? Ito naman ay mga expenses na mahalaga sa atin, pero kung kailangan natin magtipid ng budget, sila dapat ang unang mawawala sa budget. Ano mga tulad nito? Ito ay katulad ng pagbili ng bagong gadget, panunood ng sine, o kaya pamamasyal. Kung siguro tanungin niyo sa akin, paano yan? Nakatipid na ako to the max. Puro naman essential expenses ang aking expenses. Pero wala pa din kulang talagang aking pera. So paano ako magkakaroon ng positive cash flow? So the second step is to maximize your income. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin nito ay maghanap ka ng ibang paraan para kumita. Ang tawag dito ay side hustle. Marami po talagang paraan para kumita ngayon. Baka meron ka dyang idle assets tulad ng lupa or mga gamit na hindi mo na talaga matagal nang ginagamit, ay pwede mo nang ibenta para mag-increase ang iyong cash flow. Pwede din na magkaroon ka ng mag-monetize ka ng skills such as baking or public speaking skills. Alam mo ba na ang typical na milyonaryo ay may 7 income streams? Oo, narinig mong tama yon. 7 ang income streams nila. Hindi lang sila umaasa sa nag-iisa nilang trabaho o negosyo. So, dapat gayahin natin sila. So, tandaan, sa second step, kailangan positive and cash flow. Siguraduhin na yung income ay laging mas mataas kaysa sa expense. The third step is to have an emergency fund. Ito naman ang sekreto para hindi ka mangutang tuwing emergency. Tanggapin natin, sa buong lifespan natin, meron at meron talagang emergency na mangyayari tulad ng aksidente, hindi inaasahang pagkasakit, o kaya layoff sa trabaho. So nagbi-build up tayo ng emergency fund para kung sakaling mangyari itong mga sitwasyon na to or emergency situations na ito, ay handa tayo at hindi tayo mangungutang. Ang sabi ng mga financial gurus, ang sapat na emergency fund ay 3 times to 6 times your monthly expense. So let me give you an illustration. So kung ikaw ay kumikita ng 17,500 per month, you should have an emergency fund ranging from 52,500, which is about 3 months of 17,500, to 105,000, which is about 6 times of 17,500. Siguro ang tanong mo, so saan ko ilalagay ang aking emergency fund kung sakaling ito ay naipon ko na? So, ilagay mo yan sa easily withdrawable instruments. Kasi dapat ang ating emergency fund ay liquid. Pag sinabing liquid, madali siyang ma-withdraw kapag emergency. So, pwede natin siyang itago sa bahay, sa mga wallet natin, sa envelope sa bahay. Pwede rin syempre sa ating bangko, kasi makaka-withdraw naman tayo agad-agad sa ating bangko. At syempre, pwede rin sa ating savings account sa co-op. Siyempre, kapag tinago mo sa bahay ang iyong emergency fund, hindi siya kumikita. So, sa bangko, kung may savings account ka sa isang bangko, pwede pa siyang kumita ng 0.25% per annum. So maganda rin habang hindi natin ginagamit ang emergency fund, kumikita siya and it could add up to our income. The fourth step is to protect yourself. Sadly, marami sa mga Pilipino ang di naniniwala sa insurance. Kaya ngayon, nababalitaan nyo siguro na marami nang hihingi ng tulong dahil wala silang pambayad sa kanilang hospitalization. Meron din siguro kayong nababalitaan na nabiglang naghirap ang pamilya nung namatay nang hindi inaasahan ang breadwinner. So yan ang sinasagot ng insurance. It provides us security and protection. I will be sharing to you two types of insurance, the life insurance and the health insurance. The life insurance is for your income replacement. Ito lang ang produkto na kung sakaling mamatay ang breadwinner, merong magagamit ang dependents para magpatuloy sa kanilang buhay. Sabi ni Dr. Sanjay Tulani, isang kilala sa industriya ng insurance, ang ideal insurance coverage ng isang breadwinner ay 10 times his yearly income. So for example, for a person earning 25,000 pesos per month, and let's say this person is a breadwinner, ideally, he has an insurance coverage of 3 million. So how did I compute that? 25,000 pesos times 12 months times 10 years. So that is equal to 3 million. Probably you're asking me, bakit 10 years? Kasi 10 years, we're giving the dependents, his dependents, enough time for them to adjust to the lifestyle because of the loss of the breadwinner. Especially if this breadwinner has small kids or his wife is not working. So that's the first type of insurance, life insurance for income replacement. The second type of insurance is health insurance, which is for income protection. Alam niyo naman siguro sa panahon ngayon, bigla-bigla na lang may diagnosis of a critical illness, especially if you have a family history or you are stressed in your work or you don't have a good lifestyle. Sabi naman ni Dr. Sanjay Tulani, ang ideal na coverage for your health insurance is 5 times your yearly income. So for the person earning 25,000 per year, ideally, he has 1.5 million pesos coverage for health insurance aside from the 3 million coverage. So why 1.5 million pesos? It's 25,000 times 12 times 5 years. Bakit naman 5 years? Sabi kasi sa research, kung tayo ay magkakasakit ng critical illness, it normally takes us about 5 years to fully recover. So if that's the case, kung sakaling may diagnosis, at least na-advance mo yung 5 years na income mo at makakapag-concentrate ka na sa pagpapagaling. Also, if you search for the cause of critical illness, it will range from 600,000 pesos to around 3 million. Minsan, mas malaki pa kung nasa magandang ospital ka na confined. The fifth step is to eliminate bad debt. May dalawang klase ng utang, ang good debt at ang bad debt. Bakit ayaw natin ng utang? Dahil syempre, alam niyo naman, pag tayo ay umuutang, nawawalan tayo ng pera. Yon ay tinatawag na interest expense. Syempre, kung mangutang tayo sa isang lending institution, syempre kung kailangan nating magbayad ng interest dahil ginamit natin ang pera nila. So kung lagi tayong nangungutang, lagi tayong nawawalan ng pera dahil sa interest expense na to. Kung ikaw ay nangutang para magsimula ng negosyo, pwede makonsider itong utang na to na good debt. Bakit? Dahil may probabilidad na kikita ang negosyo mo at pwedeng mas malaki dun sa interest na binayad mo ang kita dun sa negosyo. Pero kung ikaw ay nangutang para lamang bumili ng bagong gadget, o kaya ng sasakyan, o kaya ng bahay, pansinin mo, nababawasan ka ng iyong pera dahil sa interest expense. Siyempre, hindi naman masama bumili ng mga bagay na ito dahil gusto natin siya or part siya ng financial goals. Siguraduhin lang na hindi ka masyadong nawawalan ng pera dahil sa interest expense. Ako noon, may 7 ako na credit cards. Ang ugali ko noon ay mag-swipe dito at swipe doon kada sale. Hindi ko na namamalayan na hindi ko na mabayaran ang full balance ng aking credit card at nagbabayad na ako ng 6,000 pesos per month na interest. And that was 10 years ago. So imagine kung magkanong pera ang nawawala sa akin. So mga kaibigan, bago mangutang, isipin muna kung worth it ba ang pagbabayad ng interest expense doon sa inutang mo. The 6th step and the final step is to invest. Yes mga kaibigan, last po ang investment. Dapat nagawa na natin yung first 5 steps bago tayo mag-invest. Kasi sa investment, hindi palaging may returns or kita. Meron din siyang loss. At importante na yung loss ay kaya mong itolerate bago ka mag-invest. Kaya sinasabi nila, bago ka mag-invest, make sure na yung ininvest mong kampanya ay kilala or matatag para hindi mawawala ang pera mo. At syempre, huwag ka sanang mag-fall sa mga scams. Kasi imbis na nag-invest ka, nagkaroon ka patuloy ng loss of income. Siguro ang tanong nyo ngayon, so bakit kailangan ko pang mag-invest? Kailangan nating mag-invest para we can make our money work for us, for our financial goals, and also to beat inflation. Ewan ko kung alam nyo kung anong ibig sabihin ng inflation, pero ganito ang ibig sabihin ng inflation. Let's consider the educational funding of your kid. Alam nyo ba, ang inflation rate ng education ay 7% per annum. Ayon ito sa Commission of Higher Education or CHED. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Let me illustrate that for you. So for example, if you're paying 100,000 pesos for your college tuition fee of your son or daughter now, expect by next year you will be paying 107,000 pesos. Merong 7,000 pesos na pagtaas sa tuition fee. So, kung ganun yan, at kunwari ang 100,000 pesos mo ay nakatabi lamang sa bangko, alalahanin natin, magkano nga muli ang interest sa bangko? It's 0.25%. So, kung tinago mo yung 100,000 pang tuition fee sa bangko ng iyong anak, kumita lamang ito ng 250 pesos. Tapos, ang in-increase sa tuition fee ng anak mo ay 7,000. So, ano yung difference? 7,000 minus 250, it's 6,750. So, ang tanong, saan mo kukunin ang 6,750 pesos pangbayad ng tuition fee next year? Dahil hindi kumita ang pera mo sa bangko. Kaya for our long-term goals, it is advisable that we keep our money to instruments that would beat the inflation. So for example, gusto mo nga mag-ipon ng pera para sa edu fund ng anak mo, dapat nasa instrument siya na nag-earn ng more than 7% per annum para this beats the inflation. I hope you have some realizations for today, my friends. If you want to learn more about the things I'm sharing you can purchase my ebook, Plan Your Finances. Just fill in the type form below. You can also have a printed copy via Amazon. You can also get in touch with me through my FB page, Quennie Financials, or send me an email through quenniefinancials@gmail.com. I hope you start planning your finances and meet your goals. Bye!